we looked at this as a new compact. We wanted to be honest with the surface and design. And that means letting functional elements showcase themselves in the design language and celebrating them. And that's a very different take and approach than most interiors. So instead of structures being placed and then making them pretty, we looked at how do we reduce and make the structures beautiful, enabling adventure, enabling things to happen with families, clever use of space, simplicity for maximum understanding, integrated design, also a key part of design for manufacturing. Honest surfaces, very human interfaces, hyper comprehensible. So paring it down very simply allows people to understand how to use it easier and quicker, which also reduces part count, assembly time, and creates a more integrated approach.
If I'm saying I want to compress this piece of steel, you can ask yourself, which design should I use and how do I utilize the steel the most? The most biggest part of the load is going through the corners and less through the flat area. And when I'm doing a slightly bigger radius, the profile itself is getting a little bit smaller, because if you're getting a bigger radius, the steel is doing a little bit shortcut.
I think, from the chassis perspective, looking at that front engine area, where you want to have a frunk, where you used to have a big engine control or an engine cradle that used to do a good job of helping transfer loads from one rail to the other, especially for the IHS shell offset barrier, which is one of the tougher crash events that we have to design for. We no longer have that. So the chassis components that are going to be there really need to take on that responsibility of helping the body be able to transfer loads for getting use of all of the load paths that want to be designed. So for sure, we see some changes coming into how both the body and the chassis have to integrate.
It's challenging today to have a very efficient body in white, because we have redundancy between the structures, but we can expect that in the coming years, we will see more and more synergies between the designs, and we will likely have much more efficient body in whites. That with the next generation of cells, this kind of risk could diminish, and by the way, that can lower the need of mechanical protection around the battery pack, which could be a further point to ease the design of the body in white.